Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has arrived. Secretary of Defense Luis Clemencio Santabar, Rosa Isabella Rodriguez, Minister of Public Security, has also arrived. The state of Quintana Roo in southeastern Mexico, which borders the Caribbean Sea, December 150, 2023 entered the highlight period. Bringing such honor to the state of Quintana Roo, surprisingly, it is an infrastructure company from China Communications Construction, Zoomlian Heavy Industry Co., Limited, Hainingda and others, the first section of the Mayan Railway in Mexico, which they participated in the construction of, officially opened for operation on this day. The President, the Minister of National Defense, the Minister of Safety and other high-ranking officials participated in the trial ride activity for the opening and operation of a railway line. On the one hand, it illustrates the importance of this railway to Mexico. On the other hand, it also indicates that China's infrastructure level has completely conquered Mexico. Madness is a stunning term used by foreign countries to describe the construction capabilities of Chinese infrastructure enterprises. The opening and operation of the first section of the Maya Railway has once again earned international respect for China's infrastructure frenzy. The Maya Railway project is a national strategic project that the Mexican government has been vigorously promoting in recent years. It is also the largest government-funded infrastructure project in modern Latin American history. Not only has it received attention from Mexico and China, has received high attention from the international community. International infrastructure companies are competing to bid for the construction of the Maya Railway. This railway, with a total length of over 1,500 kilometers, was ultimately divided into 5 sections and bid for construction by different companies. This shows the intense competition among the international community for the construction of this railway. The first section is constructed by China Communications Construction Corporation (CCCC). The second section is constructed by the Mexican-Spanish Consortium. The third section is constructed by a consortium of local Mexican enterprises. The fourth section is constructed by ICA Construction Company in Mexico. The fifth section is constructed by the Mexican-Spanish Consortium. The entire line is planned to be completed by the end of February 2024. The first section, constructed by Chinese enterprises, has a total length of 226 kilometers. The main body is constructed by China Harbor, a subsidiary of China Communications Construction Corporation. The basic earthwork construction is carried out using machines from Zoomlian Heavy Industry Co., Limited. The communication system of the railway is undertaken by Hainingda. Mexican President López stated at the opening ceremony that usually, projects of this level take more than a decade or even decades to complete in the Americas, although problems such as the COVID-19 were encountered in the process of construction. But in the end, the quality and quantity are guaranteed, and it was completed and opened to traffic in a record-breaking time. This speech by the President of Mexico, you can easily understand it as, this type of large-scale infrastructure project, it still needs to be done by Chinese people when bidding for the Maya Railway, such as Alstom, Siemens, Bombardier, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and many other international enterprises, withdrawing from competition due to fear of difficulties. However, Chinese companies have exceeded expectations in terms of quality and quantity. The title of China's infrastructure maniac is not just hype. Mexico was once a major railway operator in the world. On January 1, 1873, the first railway in Mexico, Veracruz to Mexico City, has been opened. By 1910, the operating mileage of Mexican railways has reached over 24,000 kilometers. At that time, the total length of railway lines in China was about 9,400 kilometers. But since 1910, the Mexican railway has entered a stagnation phase. As of the end of 2018, the total length of the Mexican-Chinese railway is over 26,000 kilometers. Among them, there are over 23,000 kilometers in operation. With the development of high-speed rail internationally, the Mexican government once wanted to build a high-speed railway, and in 2014, China Railway Construction successfully bid for the high-speed railway from Mexico City to Querétaro. The total length is 210 kilometers. design a speed of 300 kilometers per hour. However, a few months later, Mexico tore up the contract. The involvement of political struggles in Mexico and China in economic development projects is a normalized phenomenon. This is the main reason for the tearing up of high-speed rail contracts, since the overseas development of China's railways, in terms of construction technology and quality, cost control, there are significant advantages in labor productivity and other aspects compared to enterprises in other countries. Data display: the cost of constructing high-speed rail for enterprises in other countries is generally $50 million per kilometer, and Chinese companies only need $33 million. This is still built according to the speed level standard of 350 kilometers per hour. Why is it useless in Mexico? The Mayan Railway is a new railway planned in Mexico over the past half-century, after the entire line is open to traffic, connecting the famous Mayan archaeological sites and beach resorts in Mexico, spanning multiple states in southeastern Mexico, greatly promoting the tourism industry in the southern region. Drive local economic development, but it is this railway that benefits the Mexican people. Surprisingly, a large number of environmentalists have jumped out, under the banner of railway projects not being environmentally friendly. Barabara criticized him. This railway is also on the verge of miscarriage. Later, it was built under the strong promotion of President Lopez. Therefore, the first section of the Maya Railway, it is the pioneering work of China's infrastructure maniac in the Mexican railway industry. It is also a model work, conquered Mexican society, as the saying goes, if you want to be rich, build the road first. This sentence not only applies to China, also applicable to Mexico, on the entire earth. A fast and good infrastructure company, China said second, no one dares to say first. Another important issue is that Mexico does need to build railways to improve transportation, especially high-speed railways. And Chinese infrastructure companies are willing to undertake railway projects in Mexico. This is a win-win cooperation. Under the concept of jointly building the Belt and Road, infrastructure-based infrastructure connectivity is the foundation of cooperative development, according to the 2022 report on China's infrastructure projects in Latin America and the Caribbean. Released by the China Academic Network for Latin America and the Caribbean, affiliated with the China-Mexico Research Center at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, from 2005 to 2014, most of China's infrastructure projects in Latin America and the Caribbean are located in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil and Ecuador, and in Chile, Colombia and Mexico. Previously, there were almost no infrastructure projects in China, but in just 2 years from 2020 to 2021, these countries have accounted for 31% of China's total projects in the entire region. The report also shows that from 2005 to 2009, energy infrastructure accounts for over 60% of all infrastructure projects in China's Latin America and Caribbean region, and mainly concentrated in the field of fossil energy. But from 2020 to 2021, the proportion of energy investment has decreased to 22.8%, and non-fossil energy projects are increasingly appearing in Chile recently, Mexico and other countries. Nowadays, transportation infrastructure including ports, airport, roads, electric buses, etc., it has become the largest sector for China's infrastructure investment in Latin America and the Caribbean. The investment accounts for approximately 57.7%. These data changes indicate that the Chinese infrastructure maniac is gradually showing off in Mexico. In terms of equality, collaboration, under the principle of win-win, the infrastructure cooperation between China and Mexico is rapidly improving. On November 16, 2023, China and Mexico will continue to deepen cooperation in areas such as infrastructure construction, perhaps with the opening and operation of the first section of the Maya Railway. Chinese infrastructure maniac in Mexico, there will be new breakthroughs. Mexico's high-speed rail dream. It's time to implement it too. Due to its comprehensive industrial development, China, strong infrastructure capabilities. Therefore, it is jokingly referred to as an infrastructure maniac by netizens. Previously, it was only ourselves in China who lamented the rapid development of infrastructure. Nowadays, friendly countries abroad are also beginning to feel the strong charm of China's infrastructure, according to recent news from Iran's Mehr news agency Minya. A senior official from the Iranian Ministry of Transport revealed that Iran has signed a contract with a Chinese company, authorized the latter to expand the country's largest international airport Imam Khomeini International Airport ICA in the capital Tehran. Although the name of this Chinese company has not been disclosed, however, Saeed Kalandari, CEO of Imam Khomeini International Airport, stated that Iran will invest at least $2.7 billion in airport expansion projects. At the same time, he also added that Iran will complete the project through barter. In other words, Iran will use at least $2.7 billion worth of oil, exchange new airport construction projects with China. As the saying goes, if you want to be rich, first build the road. Only transportation and other infrastructure construction can be developed to objectively promote the continuous progress of the economy. This is not just China. It is also a truth that many developing countries know, so it's not just an expansion project for the Iranian capital airport. Over the years, due to China's strong infrastructure capabilities, many countries are cooperating with China to enhance the level of infrastructure construction in our country. This serves as a necessary guarantee for economic development. According to Xinhua news agency, the Côte d'Ivoire Tibassou-Bouquet Expressway, referred to as Tibu Expressway, constructed by China Road and Bridge Engineering Co., Ltd CRBC, was completed and opened to traffic in Bouquet on August 24. Vice President Kohn of Côte d'Ivoire, Prime Minister Ashi, Chinese ambassador to Côte d'Ivoire Wu Ji, and others attended the completion ceremony. Such a large battle is enough to show the degree of importance that the Ivorian government attaches to this highway. A little earlier, on August 3, the third ring road in Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, constructed by Shanghai Construction Engineering Group, has officially opened to traffic. The total length of the highway is 53 kilometers. The total cost is $273 million. On this road, there is a bridge spanning the Barcelona River, a 996-meter-long bridge. Due to the fact that the bridge is divided into two parts by Konglong Island in the river, therefore, the Cambodian government named it the Konglong Island China-Cambodia Friendship Bridge, to commemorate the profound friendship between the two countries. In July this year, the CDAI's tunnel in the control engineering of the Algeria-Bajaya connection line project undertaken by China Railway Construction Corporation successfully achieved the opening of the dual-track railway. Bajaya Port is a natural deep-water port, but previously, I had been struggling with inconvenient transportation. Economic development is extremely difficult. Now that highways are under construction, the port is expected to achieve rapid development. This will drive the comprehensive improvement of the local economy. China Railway Construction has been stationed in Algeria for 17 years now. Apart from the Bajaya Highway project, more than 13,000 housing units were also built in Algeria, and the Tremsin Expressway was built, has made significant contributions to the economic development of Algeria, and the Qatar World Cup football tournament held last year. While the vast fan base savors the joy of football, I also witnessed the charming charm of the infrastructure maniac with my own eyes. The various venues of the entire Qatar World Cup, most of them are constructed by Chinese companies. We strive for the highest efficiency, best quality, sending a generous gift to teams and fans from various countries at the World Cup. The Qatar World Cup has also become one of the most powerful advertising campaigns for infrastructure maniacs. With the continuous rise of the Chinese economy, the reputation of China's infrastructure construction in the international community is also growing, especially due to the continuous hollowing out of industrial industries in Western countries. As a result, there is a serious shortage of its infrastructure capacity, and the vast number of third world countries. To develop the domestic economy, it is necessary to first carry out infrastructure construction. The same sentence. If you want to be rich, build the road first. This situation objectively promotes exchanges and cooperation between the vast number of third world countries and China. In recent years, China has also proposed the concept of new infrastructure, accelerate infrastructure construction, especially to enable Chinese infrastructure companies to go global, to showcase one's talents around the world. In this way, the reputation of China's infrastructure maniac is probably completely established. According to statistics, from 2012 to 2022, China Railway, an increase of 1.1 million kilometers in road mileage, both of them and China's power grid have consistently ranked first in the world for a long time. The coverage rates of highways and railways in cities with a population of over 200,000 have both exceeded 95%. Civil aviation transportation airports have covered 92% of prefecture-level cities. In the list of the world's top 250 international contractors in 2022, Chinese enterprises account for 79 projects, equivalent to 1 in every 3.16 international infrastructure projects having the presence of a Chinese enterprise. The list is too long. I took a portion. Interested parties can search for it themselves. According to statistics, from 2012 to 2022, China Railway, an increase of 1.1 million kilometers in road mileage, both of them and China's power grid have consistently ranked first in the world for a long time. The coverage rates of highways and railways in cities with a population of over 200,000 have both exceeded 95%. Civil aviation transportation airports have covered 92% of prefecture-level cities. In the list of the world's top 250 international contractors in 2022, Chinese enterprises account for 79 projects, equivalent to 1 in every 3.16 international infrastructure projects having the presence of a Chinese enterprise. The list is too long. I took a portion. Interested parties can search for it themselves. Not only did it win the world's largest desert high-speed railway in Saudi Arabia, the Maymai High-Speed Railway, and even took over the Saudi Future City Transportation Tunnel on the Arabian Peninsula. The whole world is amazed by the miracles created by China's construction. Seeing the completed gymnasium, countless Chinese people have emerged with pride, but few people understand the grandeur of this building, not resembling the appearance of a bird's nest, but it is the most of the 6 worlds it has created. These miracles are created by the collective global wisdom of our Chinese enterprises. First and foremost, it successfully completed the feat of a roof cable mesh structure with a span of 274 meters for the first time. It takes less than 300 meters to walk in just a few minutes, but using mechanical structures to span the dome has overcome countless technical difficulties. It took several years to complete. This is the world's largest single building with a double-layered cross-cable mesh roof. Second most, the construction area of the sports stadium is 195,000 square meters. It can accommodate 80,000 viewers to watch live at the same time. It is currently the largest World Cup home stadium in the world. Third most, combining a large amount of mechanics during the design and construction period, utilizing BIM technology to monitor and cooperate with construction throughout the entire process, ensure that errors are avoided as much as possible during the construction process, regarded as the most complex World Cup home stadium in the global system. Fourth most, the completed Lusail Stadium meets the needs of FIFA, triple standards for local regulations in Europe, America, and Qatar. It is the home stadium of the World Cup with the highest design standards in the world. Fifth most, using photovoltaic power generation, the house facial mask is made of polytetrafluoride. Wind and sand prevention, environmental protection and energy conservation. It is currently the most advanced home stadium for the World Cup in terms of technology and construction technology worldwide. Sixth most, lasting 2,118 days, by China Railway Construction Corporation, Beijing Construction Engineering Co. Limited, Zoomlian Heavy Industries and others have gathered over 7,000 Chinese and foreign builders from 110 companies in over 20 countries around the world, jointly completed. It is the home stadium of the World Cup with the highest degree of internationalization. The completion of the Lusail Stadium is a landmark for Qatar and the world. The difficulty of the task is unimaginable to us. overcoming sandstorms, lack of water, high temperature, and other natural environments. We also need to overcome obstacles in the assignment, mobilization, cooperation, and exchange of personnel from various countries during construction in less than 6 years. China once again shocked the world. The lack of water in desert areas is the norm. To ensure that there is no shortage of water during the Qatar World Cup, during the construction period of the Lusail Stadium, Chinese companies, he also helped Qatar build 15 super-large water reservoirs. It is currently the largest reservoir in the world. In the 1980s, China's foreign contracting contracts are less than $40 million. By 2020, the total amount of China's foreign contracting contracts has reached nearly $260 billion. Over the past 40 years, it has increased by nearly 8,000 times, accounting for 50% of the global market. Now every Chinese person is witnessing the glory of the infrastructure maniac. But in fact, this road is not easy to follow. It can even be said to be extremely difficult. After the establishment of the People's Republic of China, the construction industry in China has encountered many difficult times. Being harassed, being looked down upon, even being humiliated, targeted. At that time, the pioneers in the field of architecture were all thinking about what we should compete with foreigners for, because it is a Chinese enterprise. No matter how reasonable our quotation is, no matter how advanced the technology is, no matter how good the engineering quality is, as long as a Chinese company comes to bid, foreigners who hold us high will not consider us as competitors at all. They don't even give us a chance. But multiple failures have also allowed the sages to summarize more experience in external bidding. They are committed to creating Chinese standards as world standards. With historical opportunities such as reform and opening up and joining the World Trade Organization, China's national strength is gradually increasing. After countless predecessors endured humiliation and heavy burdens, through hard work, the construction industry in China has also experienced vigorous development. At first, even foreign countries looked down on our infrastructure, so China's international engineering initially focused on aid construction in underdeveloped countries and regions. The earliest and first foreign highway project assisted by China, it is located on the Sana-Hodeida Highway in Yemen. An Arab country surveyed and constructed in 1959, and completed and opened to traffic in 1962. With the technology of the time, it took less than 3 years to complete this mountainous asphalt road, which was completely independently constructed by China. The high quality of roads has earned China a good reputation. In 1970, China has assisted in the construction of the Tanzania-Zambia Railway. Tanzania-Zambia Railway. The total length is May 1860 kilometers, open 26 mountain caves, build 320 bridges. More than 50,000 builders of China Railway First and Second Engineering Bureau are not afraid of deep mountains and swamps. It took 6 years to complete the construction. In 1976, built a bridge for Tanzania and Zambia. At the same time, the Tanzania-Zambia Railway also symbolizes a milestone in the friendship between China and Africa. In 1992, the Chashma nuclear power plant contract signed between China and Pakistan has come into effect. The project ended in 1998. In 2000, the Chashma nuclear power plant was officially connected to the grid for power generation. By 2017, all 4 units of the Chashma nuclear power plant had been put into operation. So far, it has been running well. This project has laid a solid foundation for cooperation in the nuclear energy field between China and Pakistan. In 2002, Angola-Benguela Railway reconstruction. All adopt Chinese standards and equipment construction in China. It is the longest railway built by Chinese enterprises overseas in one go. The total length of the railway is 1,344 kilometers. It is the fastest railway in Angola's history. After its opening, it achieved a great feat of connecting the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. In 2003, the completion of the Sultan Moravi Dam, contracted by Chinese enterprises. After 5.5 years, in 2010, it was officially connected to the grid for power generation. The total length is 9.7 kilometers, the highest point is 65 meters. The Chinese have successfully intercepted the world's longest river. The Nile built the world's longest dam, transforming over 1 million acres of desert in Sudan into arable land. Hailed by the Sudanese people as the Dam of Life in 2009, the cost of construction involving Chinese enterprises is 60 billion yuans. The Saudi Aramco high-speed railway with a total length of 480 kilometers has been completed. It is the world's first high-speed railway that crosses the desert, passing through Medina, Rabigh, in places such as Jeddah and Mecca. After 9 years of construction completion, it has been running well since its opening. In order to encourage Chinese construction enterprises to go abroad, in 2009, for the first time in the Chinese construction industry, overseas projects have been included in the selection scope. So far, hundreds of award-winning projects have been listed on it, so after 2009, the international construction projects of construction companies began to show explosive growth. In 2013, China and Pakistan signed a new nuclear power contract, Karachi 2 and 3 Nuclear Power Unit Project Contract, and it will be fully connected to the grid for power generation by 2023. The closure of the Karachi 1 nuclear power project with the original Pakistani side has formed the largest nuclear power plant in Pakistan. In 2013, the new section of the Oakland Bay Bridge in San Francisco, USA, completed by Chinese enterprises, has officially opened to traffic, created 4 world firsts. The total weight of the bridge is 70,000 tons, 8-level seismic design. The bridge is 70 meters wide and has 12 lanes in both directions. Daily traffic volume is 300,000 vehicles. Achieve the highest capacity of similar bridges in all 4 aspects. Auckland Bay Bridge East Section New Bay Bridge. It is the most difficult bridge of its kind in the world, but Chinese companies not only completed the project 5 months ahead of schedule, qualified acceptance, and it also doubled the accuracy of bridge tower processing, and saved the U.S. Department of Transportation $400 million in financial expenses. In the same year, the Norwegian Haddle Bridge, designed and constructed by Chinese companies, has also been successfully opened. This is the world's largest narrow-span suspension bridge spanning 2 lanes. It means that the bridges designed and built in China, we have successfully entered the European and American markets. In 2014, the Chinese bidding team stood out in bidding with 24 countries, successfully constructed a river crossing channel in Bangladesh with a construction cost of $3 billion approximately 20 billion RMB in the same year. This passage needs to connect the towns of Janggira and Mawa in Bangladesh. It took 6 years to complete the main bridge closure. The official relocation of vehicles will take place in 2022. This passage is the largest Padma Bridge in Bangladesh. The total length is 9.83 kilometers. The width is 21.25 meters. The bridge is divided into upper and lower sides. Volume 1, 2-way 4-lane. The lower level is a single-track railway. On the day of opening to traffic, the whole country of Bangladesh is boiling. Tens of thousands of people crowded onto the bridge, even climbing over fences, causing traffic congestion for 6 kilometers. Above the cheering people's heads, helicopters shuttle through it for stunt performances. It looks like a military parade. This bridge, built by China, spans the Padma River, which is connected to the Ganges River in India. Finally, the western region of Bangladesh is no longer divided in 2. Local residents are all grateful to China for helping them end the dilemma of 3-7 hours of ferry crossing over the river that has lasted for thousands of years. This bridge is the longest in Bangladesh. Not only does it connect 21 regions in western Bangladesh with the capital, it is also one of the channels connecting China and Southeast Asia's Pan-Asian Railway, injecting unprecedented vitality into the economic development of Bangladesh. 1000 commemorative coins worth 100 yuans were also issued for this purpose. And this bridge has also become the largest overseas bridge project undertaken by our Chinese company. Speaking of why China was able to successfully secure this project, the key is that there are too many construction difficulties. Foreigners cannot overcome it, knowing the difficulties and retreating. But the Chinese construction team has overcome floods, frequent hurricanes, a water depth of over 150 meters and a large amount of silt in the riverbed, the enormous water flow velocity and pressure, and there is also a language barrier with the locals, all kinds of non-cooperation, technological and environmental challenges such as the impact of the epidemic. The hardships involved are even greater than what I have described, but we all overcame it. After 8 years, I finally amazed the world once again. Even neighboring India of Bangladesh is jealous of why China is helping Bangladesh build bridges. This has made Bangladesh's development momentum even more rapid. Before this, Bangladesh had been supported by India for a long time. The Smokovac Madeshevo section of Montenegro, constructed by a Chinese company in 2015, it will be officially open to traffic in 2022. This is the first highway in Montenegro called the North-South Expressway. The total length is 180 kilometers. The construction will be completed in 5 stages. The opening section is about 41 kilometers long, through 16 tunnels, 20 bridges, 3 interchanges. This is the most difficult section of the construction of the North-South Expressway. The second section is expected to be completed in the coming years. After completion, this road connects to Serbia. There are still many firsts that China has created for other countries, like the urban light rail in the capital of Ethiopia. It is the first modern urban light rail on the African continent, the largest Moroccan bridge in Africa, the Bridgig River Valley Cable-Stayed Bridge, the Kamchik Tunnel of the Ampa Railway, which is the longest tunnel in Central Asia, the first electrified railway in Africa, the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, also includes the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, Bengelanu Railway, the 500 kV transmission project of the Ethiopian Revival Dam hydropower station, etc. There are too many projects. It may take 3 days and 3 nights to finish writing, only from 2013 to 2018. Since the Belt and Road Initiative was put forward, there are 70 overseas international airports invested or constructed by China. These overseas projects, without the support of technology and talents from various industries in China, we can proudly export more and more Chinese standards to the world. This is not only a miracle of China's construction industry, it is also a miracle of China's development. In the future, we will leverage our strong capabilities. It will also impress more and more developed countries, according to a report by NBC on the 16th. The total length is about 1,529 kilometers. The planned investment of $20 billion for the Mayan Railway in Mexico will be partially opened on the 15th. The president of the country, Lopez, described it as a rare public works project in the world. This route will connect the ruins of the Maya civilization. Many important tourism resources in the country, such as the resort of Cancun. Therefore, it is named the Maya Railway. According to the report, the Mayan Railway is a flagship project developed in southeastern Mexico. According to United Nations predictions, by 2030, the completed line is expected to drive 1.1 million people out of poverty. The section opened this time is about 473 kilometers long, 2 shifts per day. The one-way travel time is 5.5 hours. The government plans to shorten the one-way travel time to less than 4 hours in the future. However, the Maya Railway project is still controversial. Critics believe that the route passes through the jungle in multiple places, relics and other places, threatening local ecology, archaeology and drinking water, among other aspects, and satirize that the Mayan Railway was designed on a desk in Mexico City. Lack of environmental assessment. Supporters believe that the railway will drive employment, effectively supporting the development of the tourism industry. Recently, the first phase of the Mayan Railway in Mexico, under the participation of China Harbor, a subsidiary of China Communications Corporation, has been put into operation. It is understood that the Maya Railway is currently the most important railway project in Mexico. It is also a national strategic project in Mexico. The railway connects the ancient Mayan city, helping to promote the development of Mexico's tourism industry, promote regional culture, promote regional economic and social development. the Maya Railway has a total length of 1,554 kilometers. It is divided into 7 sections for construction, set up 34 sites. The plan is to complete all projects by the end of February 2024. The first phase of the railway opened this time starts in Palenque, Chiapas Oblast, finally, in Quinquén, Quintana Roo, covering the 1st to 4th sections. The total length is 890 kilometers, design speed of 160 kilometers per hour. The joint venture participated by China Harbor won the bid for the first section of the Maya Railway. The total length of this section is 226 kilometers. During the construction period, the China Port construction team continues to optimize the plan, reasonably allocate resources, overcoming on-site difficulties, high quality and efficient completion of engineering construction tasks. After the full opening of the project, connecting the famous Mayan archaeological sites and beach resorts in Mexico, Chiapas, spanning across southeastern Mexico, Tabasco and other states, greatly promoting the development of tourism in the southern region, providing over 100,000 job opportunities for surrounding industries, drive local economic development. The opening of the Mayan Railway in Mexico has attracted widespread attention. This flagship project is expected to drive the local economy, the expectation of promoting the prosperity of the tourism industry. However, the accompanying ecology, cultural and other issues have also become the focus. The Maya Railway, the total length is 1,529 kilometers, spending $20 billion, hailed by Mexican President Lopez as an unparalleled public works project. However, this ambitious plan has also raised concerns about the ecological environment, cultural heritage, concerns about economic benefits and other aspects. This massive project will traverse through jungles and nature reserves. This has raised concerns about the ecological impact on people. It is necessary to carefully study potential environmental risks, simultaneously taking effective ecological protection and restoration measures, ensure that the impact of railway construction on the ecosystem is minimized. The archaeological sites of the Maya civilization will face enormous pressure. The article suggests that the government take measures, ensure that the project progresses without damaging cultural heritage. This may include strict archaeological protection plans and cultural relic restoration plans. The demand and impact of the project on local water resources are also the focus of people's concern. Detailed study of water resource management plans ensure that the project does not pose a threat to the drinking water safety of local residents, simultaneously promoting the sustainable utilization of water resources. Railway construction is expected to bring economic development and employment opportunities to the local area. The article suggests conducting a detailed economic benefit evaluation, highlighting the positive impact of railways on the local economy, and ensure that it truly achieves the poverty alleviation goal. Social harmony is crucial for the success of projects. The article emphasizes that the government should work closely with local communities, listen to their opinions and suggestions, ensure that social conflicts are reduced during the project implementation process, promote a win-win situation, considering the potential driving effect of the Maya Railway on the tourism industry. The article suggests a detailed planning of tourism development strategies, ensure a balance between the prosperity of the tourism industry and cultural protection. At this critical moment, the government should maintain a high level of information transparency. The article advocates that the government fully discloses the planning and execution process of the project to the public. Enhance public trust. The sustainability of the Maya Railway should be at the core of project planning. The article suggests developing a comprehensive sustainable development strategy to ensure the long-term sustainability of the project in terms of environment and society. The construction of railways has a profound impact on the local transportation system. The article calls for an in-depth analysis of the impact of railways on local transportation and propose possible improvement and development plans. Ensure the improvement of transportation convenience. The governance capability of the government in the project is crucial. The article suggests that the government strengthen its governance mechanism, timely resolution of issues, responding to public concerns, ensure the smooth progress of the project. The Maya Railway project in Mexico is not only an opportunity for economic development, but it is also a challenge to the environment and culture, by comprehensively considering ecology, culture, economic and other factors. The government and society should work together to ensure that this project achieves the best balance, to achieve sustainable development and a win-win situation.